Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I just thought I would give an update from the video that I made yesterday about the dismissal the requests to make a dismissal of the complaint that I have against CMS partners. Okay, so I actually have two complaints against CMS partners. The first complaint that I made, they're both assigned to different investigators. But yeah, the first complaint that I made against CMS partners was when they shut off my water multiple times the entire day. That complaint, I amended it 3 times because other things happened, after I made that complaint, like when my heat was shut off, like when they retaliated and evicted me, like when other tenants harassed me in the laundry room and harassed me when I was walking my dog, so that complaint was amended 3 times. And I thought that I needed to amend the complaint a 4th time because I had financial issues. I was behind on rent. I applied for RAF to pay the landlord the unpaid rent. And the RAF check was denied because CMS partners did not fill out their portion of the RAF application. So then that's when I thought I was going to amend my complaint. I said, I'm going to amend this the 4th time. And, I amended it the 4th time to the investigator. And she said that the RAF application complaint should be a separate complaint. So that's when that became the second complaint against CMS partners with a different investigator. I have to drink water. So after I made the second complaint against CMS partners about them not filling out their portion of the RAF application, then they filled out the RAF application after I made the complaint against them. And in February of this year, they got a full RAF check sent to them. Full RAF check. Then in March, I was still evicted. I was unlawfully evicted. A lot of things happened. People, they watch my videos and they get to hear the story, the true story, who the true victim is. And this is me. I'm the true victim in all of this. CMS partners are, a very racist, building management, the landlord, they're just very racist people. The tenants, most of them are very racist. And they saw me as less than human, and they thought that they could get away with mistreating me by shutting off my water, my heat, not fixing things. I didn't mention that right before. And harassing me when I'm doing laundry because they were mad that I did laundry in the laundry room. They wanted me to have to go to a laundromat. And by harassing me when I'm walking my dog, by following me and things like that. So, I stood up for myself by, making complaints against them, speaking against them in court. But because the system is broken, the court still unlawfully evicted me with all the documentation that I had with my proof against CMS partners. So the email that I received, which had a date of March 20th, which it looks like I did receive probably a letter in the mail and an email probably around that time in March about CMS partners requesting to dismiss the complaint. And that complaint was about the RAF application, because they were like, oh, we already filled out the RAF application and we got our RAF check. And it's like, yeah, because I made a complaint against you. You know, that's why you filled out your RAF application. You know? And who is really benefiting from that the most is you. You're getting money. You know? I had financial issues and you got a full RAF check sent to you, and then a month later, I was still evicted. I mean, it was awful. But I think, around that time, I saw the date of that letter from the Mass Commission Against Discrimination. It said March 20th. And to be honest, I didn't pay attention to it too much. I'm like, dismiss that complaint, which I still feel that way. I was like, dismiss the complaint against CMS partners. Is this kind of some kind of sick joke, you know? But at that time, I didn't write a statement and I didn't respond too much to, the email or pay too much attention to it because I was evicted on March 26th. So, pardon me, but I was distracted around that time. I had a lot going on. Yeah. So I have till July 10th to write a statement saying why the second complaint against CMS partners, which is the RAF application complaint, why that complaint should not be dismissed. And I will write that statement. And I really hope the Mass Commission Against Discrimination makes the right decision, because one of the people that I'm communicating with right now for the Mass Commission Against Discrimination is the same person that sent me the letter about my complaint being dismissed about the Malden Parking Department. So, it worries me that, an unfair decision will be made. I'm concerned about it. But the good thing is the first complaint is still being actively investigated. The complaint against them shutting off my water. But yeah, I really do hope that both those investigations do continue to move forward and they continue to be investigated thoroughly. And that CMS partners gets held accountable for their actions and that they're not able to rent to tenants anymore. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you guys soon.